Okay, so I saw this on Twitter. They said which seven studio album is superior. And if I can only pick one, then I would have to give it to Beyonce Renaissance because objectively, I feel like it's the best album here. And I mean, what she was able to do, tapping into that dance music, that house music, very versatile artist. And, she sounds great. And with her vocals, she really was able to take it to another level. A lot of people act like just because she's not doing stuff like Halo anymore that she can't sing, and I think that that's completely ridiculous. And she's showing you on songs like Virgo's Groove and Plastic Off the Sofa and Alien Superstar just how far she can take her vocals. Cozy is an underrated track on this album. I'm That Girl is a great opener. I really love America Has a Problem and always have since I first listened to the album as well. And yeah, you also have Cuff It, which is an amazing song. So what she was able to do with Renaissance, yeah, it's gonna be one of my favorite albums this decade for sure. I'm expecting it to rank very high in the end, and I think that it's her best album. The transitions on there, the production, the vocals, the songwriting, everything on here is incredible. So love the album to pieces. So I'm gonna give it to that one. However, if I'm gonna do a little top three, number two, Rainbow by Mariah Carey. I say every week how much I love this album. You see my account, you already know. But I feel like people do a little bit too much on this album because it's not Butterfly Part 2. If you just appreciate it for what it is, though, you'll walk away with some songs that you like. Heartbreaker with Jay-Z is a classic. Can't Take That Away, top 10 Mariah song of all time. I do not care. Bliss is really great at showing off her vocal register. I love Ex-Girlfriend. I think that they wrote a great song together for what it's worth. And I feel like that should have been a single. And, could have done a little something on the charts. That's all I'm saying. It would have been a great video. Crybaby is a great record off of this album. And then I feel like Petals is a very personal song for her as well. Thank God I Found You. I really like the album version. I know people go for the remix more, but the album version is great in my opinion. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of highlights on this album to listen to. Oh, I forgot the Heartbreaker remix. See, a lot of gems on this album. I feel like people need to give it a little bit more respect. I'll never forget whenever I found out that people didn't go for Rainbow like I did. But it's giving the beach, it's giving the youth, it's giving fun. I love the album cover and how vibrant it is. There will always be a special place in my heart for Rainbow. I'm a Rainbow apologist, and yeah, so there's that. And then third up, I'm gonna do Janet Jackson All For You. One of the best pop albums of all time, I fear. All For You is one of the greatest pop songs to ever be created. Just phenomenal. I love that video as well. And then Doesn't Really Matter is the top five Janet Jackson song in my opinion. I love the dance break. I love the music video and how futuristic that was and just what they were able to do with that. And then I also really love tracks like Trust to Try, a great rock song. I love when Janet kind of steps into that bag. I feel like she's underrated as a singer. China Love is an amazing track on this album as well. That's one of my favorites. A song like Would You Mind? I mean, who else could pull something like that off but Janet Jackson? Better Days is a great moment on this. So yeah, I think that Janet's really in top form. This is like one of her best albums for sure. I love the production by Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. Great songwriting on here as per usual, and so everything comes together really nicely on that. So yeah, the albums I mentioned, I just feel like everything works pretty nicely for them and among my most listened albums, all of that. So I had to kind of state that. And then, if I'm gonna pick a couple more albums that I really do love, obviously gotta give it to Miley Cyrus Plastic Hearts because that had to be one of my most played albums of 2020. You have songs such as the title track, which is great, What the F Do I Know, which I really enjoyed, and then Hate Me is actually my favorite song on the album, Nightcrawling with Billy Idol. You had a collaboration with Dua Lipa, Prisoner. So there's a lot to like on the album. I still think it's her best album, and Summer Vacation was a disappointment, but I'm not even gonna get into that today because I've already talked about it. And then I also want to give a little bit of appreciation to Taylor Swift Lover. Miss Americana is my favorite track on the album, and it was before the tour. Yeah, she ate with that. And the fact that it can be about a high school or about politics, her mind, one of the best songwriters of all time, I fear. And then Cruel Summer, we know it, we love it, of course. Lover, the song is amazing for sure. It's Nice to Have a Friend is a very underrated track on the album. I said this in a Twitter space that I hosted, but she said it's nice to have a friend, and it is. So, yeah, I really do appreciate the Lover album. I feel like it gets too much hate. I mean, I think a lot of that would be resolved if Me wasn't the lead single, but, it is what it is. So those are the ones overall that I wanted to shout out today. I haven't listened to Bad by Michael Jackson yet. I'm going to do it on my YouTube channel, Anastasia25, in the coming months, so subscribe for that. So that's why I haven't mentioned I haven't got to it yet. But let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. What are your picks? Just give me a top three. Are you agreeing with my picks? Are you disagreeing? Let me know.